This is absolutely huge for crypto. Outside of the day Bitcoin was created, this is probably one of the most impactful days we've seen yet. And the effects of which really haven't been felt yet, but so much pumping. In my opinion, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Do your own research. This is probably going to pump us and thrust us back into a full-on bull market very shortly, or set up for a longer-term super cycle. Let's get right into it. SEC revokes controversial rule preventing banks from custodying crypto. This is huge. Not only did Trump yesterday signal to the world that the U.S. is going to become the crypto capital of the planet, all the foundation has been laid, and the pieces are already starting to fall into place. The SEC revokes controversial rule. Now, why is this huge? Why is this so big? Well, if your bank can hold your crypto, that puts it into the mainstream. Pretty much everyone in the U.S. has a bank account. Almost everybody. A lot of people, children might not. There are some people that might not have bank accounts, but pretty much everybody that has money to spend has a bank account. And if that's the case, and if your bank if you believe that crypto is so trustworthy you can hold it in your bank, you might be more apt to buy it. Now, the other big reason this is important, we're going to get into some of the technicals in a second, but the other reason this is super important is because if I have Bitcoin and I need money, I have to sell my Bitcoin, that puts selling pressure on Bitcoin and it affects the price. But if I can borrow against my Bitcoin, I can keep it in the bank, enjoy the appreciation or a share of the appreciation, depending on how they charge you, and I can use that money and pay it back into Bitcoin in my bank. That's incredible. That's huge, 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 huge. So this is a very big rule. Look at the markets today. We are green except for Trump and XDC. A couple other ones that pumped the last couple days. But we are pumping again. It's this news is a game changer. And you look at where we're at. Now the week, not great, but the day, the hour, still pretty good. So where is Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin sits right at a 105 and change. We had this little wedge pattern. I don't know, how's that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, good. We had this little wedge pattern. So we went up. We tested some floors of support around 105. We bounced up. We came back down, tested it again, retested, tested, retested, up, hit that line perfectly, came down, came back up, bounced off that line, came off. Now we've kind of created this yellow line here is a new level of support I'm seeing right now. Let's see if it holds. It might test it again, but that's at around, we'll call it 103.4-ish. So if this is very bullish, we're having higher lows and higher highs. Once we break out here, it looks like we've broken out. We might come back down and test this yellow line. If we test this yellow line and bounce off it, it could be amazing. But who knows? It could come back down here, blow through here, come down. I've got a couple. You can see here. I've got a couple trades on this one. I have a stop loss set well above where I started, so I can only make $148 in this trade. I put this on when Bitcoin was like 91 or 92. Let me see. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just sharing you with what I'm doing. 96 was about my average open price. I think I started, it was at 92, but then I bought more back in. But still, the most I can lose on this trade is I'll make $150, which is not great, but it's not terrible. I'm not losing money. Anytime you take a profit, that's good in this world. But look, fear and greed. We're back into the greed, well into the green here. Liquidation. There's a whole bunch of liquidity ahead of us. A bunch of shorts that could be liquidated. So you're going to see the market try to grab these shorts around 106, 107, and it could take that liquidity bounce. That's where it could bounce off this. If you go back to this, that's where we could come up to the 106, 107 level, come back, test this new floor support. We'll find out if it's a floor support, and if it bounced off that, it could be Richter. So we'll see what happens, and it could go back down. So this is not financial advice. This is theory and possibilities, not actuality. This is very risky stuff. but it is just, we're in an amazing spot right now. And I'm very, very excited, very bullish on the outcome. Yesterday, big stark change from yesterday morning. The world was looking for that, or the crypto world was just looking for that indication that there's government support. Well, the framework that was laid yesterday in yesterday's executive order was basically the framework of the framework. And it gave, the SEC the floor to go forward and say, look, banks can custody, or they're revoking the law of banks custodying crypto. I'm sure there's a lot of details that need to be worked out. I'm sure there's implications with a lot of other acronyms like FDIC or the Office of the Thrift. Who knows? There's CFPB. There's probably a lot of acronyms that need to get involved to figure this out. But my hope and what the idea is, if they can have regulatory clarity, as which Mark Ueda from the acting chair of the SEC said, and we have a very pro-crypto SEC chair coming in who actually handed Trump the executive order to sign yesterday. That's David Sachs, I believe. And so we got a lot of very, very bullish things going on right now. Now, be very careful because, these things can turn quickly, but most of the news coming out is positive, pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto. We mentioned the forming, or at least the foundation of forming, a strategic reserve yesterday. The foundation wasn't laid out, but, there's at least the formation of the foundation for the strategic reserve. That's very bullish. And there's a lot of people saying that there's more executive orders to come regarding crypto and the finance system where they're all related. So I, for one, will be paying attention. Pay attention to this channel. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit the little bell notification so you can get updates when these little shorts come out for you. And if you have any questions, comments, anything, let me know. I'll see you next time.